Hi, I'm Carrie, and this is Saunders Sisterhood. This is a YouTube channel for the single and childless, not by choice person. Our video today is some words of encouragement if you are single and childless, not by choice. It can feel like you're the only one. It can feel like the world is passing you by, that your future is not going to be fun and meaningful and purposeful. It can feel like you're going to be lonely and that all the people around you are judging you and placing a lot of stereotypes on you. That's a lot to manage, particularly when you feel like there aren't people around you that have been through it that can serve as a guide or a mentor for you through it. So, this video, if you're having a week, a month, a year, a day where you are feeling like, I don't know that I'm going to be able to live a life that I like, I want you to watch this video because here are some words of encouragement for you. Number one, even though it feels like it, you are not the only one. And I say this and give you these stats, not because I expect hearing this is going to make you feel like, poof, now I don't feel like the only one. However, it can start to infiltrate some of that negative, really propaganda that we're fed that we are. So when your brain tells you that you're the only one, I want you to remember these stats. And I at least want you to feed your brain the truth. Okay? 1 in 6 women 55 and older are childless or child-free, meaning they do not have children. That stat surprised me. This is from the US Census Bureau, and it's based on data from 2018. So it's probably even larger today, and they do expect this to be a growing trend or a number that will increase. The second stat that I want to tell you is 45% of women will be single by the year 2030. So that's a little less than 7 years from now. And again, I think it feels like you're the only one, or if it doesn't feel like you're the only one, it feels like, ugh, like this is never going to change. And, maybe it will, maybe it won't. This stat, to keep in mind, includes women who are single because they're maybe younger, right? Like over 18, but 18, 19, 20. So that is, now we live in a time where that's an age group that does have lower numbers of being partnered or married. Didn't used to be that way. And it includes women who are divorced or lost a partner by death. And the overall trend is that this is a growing number, and it includes more women who have never been married or who are single due to divorce. So 1 in 6 women 55 and older are childless or child-free, and by 2020, 45% of women will be single. The next word of encouragement that I have for you is that there are women living a good life that are single and childless, not by choice. They are women that like their life. They are women that grieved just as hard as you're grieving now. They wanted it just as badly as you want it. And through community, probably therapy or some coaching, a lot of kind of work and recognizing and identifying what they can be and do in the future, what they can do, and quite frankly, time, are now able to live a life that they enjoy. Now, it doesn't mean that they're doing things that take the place of being a mom, and it doesn't mean that they're living this backup life that like, well, I can't do what I really want, so I guess I'm going to go through life just sort of living this backup life. It's a different life than they imagined, but there are women living a life that they like and enjoy, and I need you to know that because it's not being shown to you and it's not represented to you, and there's a lot of nonsense out there about the stereotypes about women who don't have kids, right? And when you're ready, start considering and thinking about what might be some things that you want to do in your life, that you can do in your life, and just start thinking about those. When you're ready, you can't rush to that. And you can live a life that is meaningful, where you have connection, purpose, relationship, and family. Remember, kids don't equal family. The next word of encouragement that I have for you is that you are not imagining the negative stereotypes that you're seeing. You are not imagining that people might say some really inconsiderate or negative things about the fact that you're single and or childless, not by choice. And when that feels hurtful and harmful and disruptive, you are not being too sensitive. These things are inconsiderate and hurtful. And when you're trying to grieve through something and it feels like nobody understands, and not only do they not understand, there's a lot of self-blame and character assassination around that, that's going to be difficult. You are not being too sensitive when you find a situation difficult to engage in based on your grief. Again, your life is going to look different than the way that you imagined it. And I think one of the problems is we aren't presented with alternatives of what a life could look like. So it takes a while to start to imagine this life that doesn't include children or a partner not at the time that you thought you would have it. Because we don't see it out there, but it is there. So engaging community in order to see a real wider representation of women living a life that they enjoy. The last one I'm putting on here because it is something that's been a little bit helpful for me recently. I also think there are a lot of things that women who have children and have given birth don't talk about. It's really kind of painted with one broad stroke of, oh, it's amazing, it's wonderful, everything's great about it. And I'm sure that there are a lot of really wonderful things about it. But I'm at an age where there's some women that are starting to talk about like bladder problems that result after giving birth, or pelvic floor problems that result in older age after giving birth. And while you can have these things even if you haven't given birth, it does kind of feel like it happens at a little bit higher rate if you've birthed larger babies or multiple babies. And I feel like I'm pretty stoked that I am gonna that'll be less of a concern. I'm not a doctor, so I have no idea ultimately. However, that doesn't sound fun to me at all. To have problems like that. So I'm slipping that one in at the end because it's no disrespect to moms out there, but I think there's a lot of love that go to mothers, and I respect that, but I'm counting everything that I can. And if it means that's less of a problem, that I'm going to have a bladder issue when I get older, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the positive column for being childless. And you should too. So, some words of encouragement if you're single and childless, not by choice. If you are wondering where to seek this community, check into Sonder Sisterhood. Our website is sondersisterhood.com, which is linked below. And then we also have an Instagram account. We have a variety of different events coming up. We have a non-therapy support group coming up in October and November. We have a holiday support group coming up just for December. We have a creative power group that's happening right now that you can sign up for. And then we have different socials and book clubs that are scattered throughout the year. So check it out. And if you need some words of encouragement, let me know in the comments and I can provide those for you. And if you have words of encouragement for your fellow brothers and sisters that are going through this very difficult situation, then put those in the comments below. Subscribe to Sonder Sisterhood for more videos for the single and childless, not by choice person.